Welcome back, I'm DRN and this is Mechabellum. We're going into game 4 of this week's tournament. We've won 2 and lost 1. Unfortunately we lost in the first round, so we're in the losers bracket the whole way through. But we're trying to fight our way through to second place. Here we go, we're going up against qwerty, a name I think I recognise but I'm not sure. He hasn't played anyone I recognise, but he does play a lot of 2v2. Anyway, let's see how things go. Whew, I've played a lot of tank marksman today. It's a style I'm very comfortable with. Do I keep doing it, or do we go with the Phoenix Crawler Quick Supply for a bit of variety? Nah, I'm going to start with Marksman Specialist. It's the same 200 gold bonus that you get with Quick Supply, but all condensed into one big orange sniper, which is a fairly unique advantage. He's Giant Specialist, okay. So we've got to worry about early game tempo giants and late game combined arms giants, where by the power of Grayskull, all 3 flavours of giant come together to form a huge Voltron. We're going to have a strong side and a weak side. We'll keep our big sniper in the middle line to keep him safest. Let's get some chaff. Yeah, I'm okay with some standard horizontal crawlers. And then let's see what he's thinking. Let's see if he's aggro. No, he's not. More crawlers, and ooh, he's using one of the default formations. Or the player-suggested formations, I should say. Which I'm not really a fan of, because you don't understand why people have positioned like this. This is a single flat, all-encompassing chaff line, which is great when it can overwhelm, like here in round 1, but late game will lack depth, unless he buys a good amount of backline chaff as well. So the way we beat this is by going wide with our anti-chaff, so we're going to get extra tanks and put them on the wings. He'll win this round by killing our end-of-line snipers first, and then suddenly struggle once we start protecting them, with some extra chaff clear. Then he'll see we've got lots of tanks and go Scorpion or Fortress, so we'll have to be ready for them. So I'm already thinking about Overlord for us, but let's not get ahead of ourselves there. We play 1 round at a time, but we're always mindful of what our end-game composition is going to look like. A bit of a rough first round, he's got a pile of XP on both the Steelballs and the Crawlers, but that's okay, you don't need to win any round apart from the last one. Right, let's see what the game gives us. I'm thinking haste module here for sure. We'll do that and then get 2 more sets of tanks. I don't really want to put the haste module on some tanks, so we'll just hold on to it for now, I think. You never know, we might get offered some Mustangs or Typhoons. This is a bit bad here, it's asking for a missile. I think we'll have to play it and see what we get. Early Vulcan, there's our tempo play. Great unit to carry the haste module, I probably should have expected it, but I think they're a little bit weak right now in the general meta. It's a bit annoying that it's got a damage item on it, because normally when I see a Vulcan I want to go armor on my tanks, but with the damage item it's far less effective. Well, unless we can get the tanks to level 2. Looks like he's put it a little bit far back, but I guess with the haste module it's fairly nippy. 11 meters per second. He's a bit brave putting in striking distance of our big sniper. Let's see what a difference the extra tanks make. Hopefully we can unleash our snipers onto those steel balls and start popping them. Not convinced right now. Oof, he's chewing through the tanks so fast. Come on, big sniper. If the Vulcan kills the sniper, he's got the best part of a level there. Oof, no, he's got the sniper. Come on, fire, fire, fire. Yes! That was so close. Whew. Marksman standing there completely unfazed. What, are you worried about me? Nah, had that in the bag every day of the week. Giant Hunter versus a Giant Specialist, round 3? Yes. It's crazy strong, crazy punishing for him. Sorry dude. Editing DRN here. Giant Hunter has been removed from the game because it's so game skewing and so punishing for Giant Specialists. This will be a thing of the history books. Right, so we're going Mustang, which seems crazy going into Vulcan, but they'll do great with this item and we can get range on them to keep them a bit safer. And I'm very scared of flanks right now. So the plan is to get range on these guys, and then armor on the tanks, then we don't have to worry about the Vulcan ever again. This doesn't level his steel balls yet. I guess he's worried about feeding levels to our tanks in return. Oh, there we go, he's taking the level ups. Even leveled up the crawlers, that's interesting. Ooh, an extra Vulcan. And another haste module! I didn't even notice that, I was too busy distracted by the Giant Hunter. I need to take my time more and pay more attention to what the opponent might pick as well. I just saw the Giant Hunter and I was like, yes, I'm having that. And every other card went straight out the window in my head. It's so stupid. Right, so the problem we've got here is he's really well set for killing literally everything we've got right now. And we have to kill the Vulcans to get the cash out. Come on, big sniper. Ooh, I think he's doomed. The other Vulcan's coming in on him. Right, we've got one of them, come on. Oh, he died so fast. He only got 1 bullet off. Ooh, we've got his tower. Can we punish while he's debuffed? Come on, bring the beast down. Yes! Nice. Getting our money for nothing and getting our chicks for free. I should have learned to play the guitar. I should have learned to play them drums. That's the way to do it. His steel balls are getting out of control though. Ah, come on. You're offered free scorpions, you take free scorpions. What is this, 3 games in a row now? I'm starting to feel bad. Expect the mirror matchup, so I'm going to buy 2 more of them and take range. And all the plans go straight out of the window. Because we have free scorpions yet again. This is what it is, it's the same for both players. I guess from his perspective at least it's not another giant, which would pay out even more giant hunter money. If I was him I'd grab the scorpions as well, sell the giants and try and transfer everything over to the scorpions. Oof, just our board has suddenly gone twice as powerful, if not 3 times as powerful all in one turn. So we're marksman with giant hunter versus giant specialist, this is really rough for him. Yep, he's done the same as us, makes sense, though he's only got 2 scorpions, so our 4 scorpions should punch a bit harder. He's added some late arriving chaff, which makes sense as well. But watch how much more of the board dies in no man's land in the middle now. The game has changed. Everything suddenly got a lot more deadly. Come on, scorpions, don't shoot crawlers! They're not worthy of your time. There are giants in them there hills. Bring them down, boys. Oof. This level 3 steel ball survives a direct hit from a scorpion at point blank range. Doesn't survive the second though. We need better chaff, clear the tanks aren't cutting it right now. Come on, bring those giants down. Papa needs his money. He's got bills to pay. We've got techs that we need. Thicker armour for our tanks doesn't come free. Oh, that tower debuff is so nasty. Yes, now we're in the profit. It's not like supply specialist though, you have to work for your money here. Don't know why I was quoting Dire Straits last round. Ah, that was so close, could have won that. All these rounds that we almost just won. Feels like we're so close to the tipping point where we just start winning. Let's do it, let's be rich. We're both so healthy, we've both probably done it. This game is going to have a very short late game. Whoever gets the upper hand here now wins, because you're only going to have 1 or 2 turns to respond. And our boards are getting bigger and bigger. I think these Mustangs can be a difference maker for us. With range, and then another set over here. Their range is 135 meters. I don't really want them to stand inside the Scorpion, because then a Scorpion shell hitting them will hit the Scorpion as well, which defeats the point of chaff. And then I think we just need some more late arriving crawlers, really. Over on this side. And let's level up this sniper so we can pop steel balls. Not a great turn for us here, but we're going to be so rich next turn with top supply, giant hunter. What's he taken? Range on his Vulcans, level up some his Scorpions and some Mustangs of his own. Makes sense. Still very evenly balanced this game. Ooh, a bit of a frame rate stutter there, hope it doesn't come through on the recording. I think this game is CPU limited at times. Oof, Scorpions on both sides just taking chunks out of each other. Hopefully we can hang in this and get to late game and then just outscale him by killing his giants every turn. Doesn't sound like much, but $50 a turn for every giant is massive. Any economic advantage you can gain is amplified over the lifetime of the amount of turns it was on the board. So if we have 100 extra gold's worth of units that lives through for 4 rounds, that's 400 gold's worth of units really. And it keeps incrementing and incrementing, getting bigger and bigger, and becomes almost insurmountable. Just this snowball of value. We're going to try and win with our wallet. It doesn't have much anti-S, I'm thinking about Overlord still. I think Absorption Module on a Scorpion sounds good to me. Which one did the most damage? It was this one. He did the same damage as the level 2 one while being level 1. And now he's level 2 himself as well. Let's stay on top of the levels for our Scorpions. Let's level up these tanks, start clearing his chaff faster. Double the stats, half the price. Then we need to think about some more of these guys. How far across? We did it 4 wide, okay. Mirror the crawlers over here. Right, and then we've got 150 left over. Think about pushing and taking another Scorpion in the middle line. Help keep our big sniper safe and also threaten his Vulcans. I think that's a reasonable turn. He's got to be feeling the pressure. Ooh, he's got extra Scorpions as well. He's leveled up his Vulcans now. Has he taken temp range? No, he's not. Okay. We're still in the greedy mid-game. Ooh, unlucky with the positioning there, mate. We're going to snack on that one and walk away smelling of roses because of our absorption module. His line still looks very thin to me. Versus this kind of Scorpion setup, I'm normally thinking about Fangs with shields, but they're much less effective when there's Vulcans with a range already on the board. And if we go too deep into small units, he's just going to drop fire on us with fire bombs. Come on, shoot this, shoot this, shoot this. Maybe we need to do a missile here to keep these out of the way. That would be the game-winning play, I think. So we need to time it right. Ooh, so much devastation. This midline Scorpion's getting through, but these giants are big now. It's going to take a lot to bring them down. Ooh, we need to get range on our snipers. I forgot about that. They're standing in front of our Scorpions. That's a mistake. Can't afford to make too many of those kind of blunders. I'm thinking about acid on the Scorpions as well as a way of dealing with these giants faster. It's so satisfying watching Scorpions destroy everything. They're so well animated. You can feel the visceral punch of the heavy plasma cannon churning its way through the guts of the enemy machinery, rendering it naught but inert scrap, and a smoking husk as the only vestiges of a battle that was once fought here. Ooh, we're both going to go Wraith here, I guarantee it. Nothing else makes sense in face of that many Scorpions. They rule the grounds, now we shall take to the skies. Right, upgrade you. You've earned it. Let's get range on these snipers, they stay safe. Another Scorpion level. And what do we want to do with this Wraith? His only anti-air are these two sets of Mustangs. He must know that we're thinking about Wraith and thinking about putting armour on it. So he's probably going to want anti-air snipers of his own. Oh no, Phoenix is at this stage. Quite a few different ways we can take this. We can go a degen, have it fly over at the front. Right, we're definitely pushing, we're definitely taking temporary. And then I think we're just doing 2 more Wraiths. No fancy techs, just using them for straight up chaff clear. Because if the chaff is dead, then the Scorpions just have a field day. Big one in the middle. Then we can afford one of these tower upgrades. Damage up or health up? Let's go health. It's 15%, so it's a bit more than the damage up is. We've got a lot of big bodies on the board. But yeah, I've probably left it a bit late for picking up these tower upgrades. Let's see what he's going for. Ooh, regen on the big Wraith and 2 melting points. Interesting. No range on them though, and he's put them behind the Scorpions, so they have to barge their way through. I think they'll struggle in the face of big Scorpions. I'm not sure a regen on the Wraith is going to do an awful lot. We've got big snipers, but I guess it is level 4, so we'll find out. These melting points will be a good answer to our Wraiths, but they're a bit short range without range. I have a sneaky feeling they're just going to get caught in the crossfire of the Scorpions. Let's see how much healing it does. Ooh, that's quite a lot. He's shrugging off sniper bullets. We may need a more definitive answer to this fella. And he's snacking in our morsel-sized Wraith as well. Not ideal. No, he's already got a melting point to bear on our big Wraith. Ugh. This Wraith is going to be such a pain. We're going to need our big sniper to get onto it. Yeah, go on. Oh, I forgot. Melting points count as giants. That's even more money to us. How could I forget that? Come on, shoot the melting point. Fire! No, I didn't get the shot off. Ugh. I was saying how much I liked the wind-up animation. Now I hate it. It's the worst thing ever. There we go. Got the tower. That's huge. Come on, kill the Wraith. Kill the Wraith. Well, he's debuffed and takes extra damage. Oh no, he's not dead. He's going to regen it all back. It's a demon unkillable Wraith. Herald of the Apocalypse, one of the 5 riders of the end times. You thought there were 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. War, pestilence, hunger and death. But no, I tell thee, there is a 5th. The unkillable malevolent Wraith, stalking the battlefield, raining fire from on high. We witness his carnage and we weep, for all that was good and was lost. Don't know where that came from. The bitter, resentful part of me that knows we're going to have to play 8 rounds now, and editing Darren is going to hate me. Don't blame me for your madness, you big crazy loon. Go out there and clean up the mess you've made. If you lose this, I will not forgive you. Right, damage item on these Mustangs. Should help them clean up the battlefield faster. Anti on the marksman should be enough to bring that Wraith down. Take levels, push plus 200, temporary range. And let's do it. DGM beam, here we go. Finishing move of the Masters. There's no way he's taken Photon ahead of time. Do we take acid on the Scorpions? I think we have to. I'm going to assume he's going to take 2 more melting points and take range on them. The smarter play will be to get Crawlers spawning, but he never will. Chaff wins game. Speaking of which, let's spend that final 100 on a little bit more chaff. Oh, I didn't save any money for that missile that I was thinking about. And if he goes heavy missile here and missiles our entire front row, we're in trouble. Nope, no missiles, but he did level up the melting points and take range on them. Interesting, I would have gone with more rather than higher levels on them. He's gone with extra chaff, and he's put the damage item on this Wraith. Interesting, and he's leveled it. Oh, hope we can kill it. If we have another turn with a Rider of the Apocalypse turning up, I think we'll be in trouble. Push, temp range, makes sense, glad to see it. Would have been sad if we'd won and he hadn't taken it. Suddenly these melting points are a bit more of a threat though, I must admit. He's approaching the giant Voltron phase. What I need is the forts to tank for us, and then we'd be really in trouble. But I guess our acid Scorpions will still burn through them. Here we go. Let's hope we can bring that Wraith down or we're going to be really in trouble. Our Scorpion should be really deadly now because they've got acid. We've got degen from on high. We're applying all the debuffs we can. Hopefully it's enough. Come on, kill the Wraith, kill the Wraith, kill the Wraith. We can do it, we can do it. Oh, we've killed a giant already. There goes the Wraith. It's all falling apart for him. He doesn't have Chaff Clear on the right side anymore. This melting point is lonely. It's busy fighting off crawlers. Oh no, it's onto the Wraith. There goes our degen beam. It's all on the Scorpions now. But the field is green with acid. There is nowhere safe to stand. The march of the Scorpions begins. Can the melting points hold the line? I don't think so. There goes one. There goes two. And that's game. GG. Good game. I think we'd have really struggled there without Giant Hunter. Feel pretty bad for him now. He was fighting an uphill battle from round 3 onwards. And Scorpions are just far too efficient at killing giants. Whew, I am exhausted now. Okay, so this game degenerated into Scorpion versus Scorpion, and as Giant Specialist playing against someone with Giant Hunter, it's really hard, and we also have Top Supply Specialist, so we had just oodles of money. All the techs, all the units, level ups on our big stuff. I'd love to keep a running total of how much money Giant Hunter earned for us there, but I'm terrified of giving editing DRN more work. He's already got a backlog of like 5 videos to edit. I think he'll murder me. I'll pretend I didn't hear that, young man. Ah dear, life is hard. There's never enough hours in the day for everything we want to do. And I'm glad we got the Mustangs again. Much as I find Mustangs very weak and underpowered, they're just steady DPS rolled up into late game big fangs with extra range, who give you the insurance that you're not going to get flanked, and can hit everything on the ground and the skies, while still being chaff. So they're kind of a bit like tanks in the sense that they're anti-chaff chaff, or chaff that kills other chaff if you know what I mean. And in large numbers they can punch up and do damage to big stuff, particularly when you get items on them and levels. Probably should have paid more attention to my Scorpion levels. In a Scorpion versus Scorpion mirror match, staying ahead on the levels is vital. I did try to keep on top of them, but it's hard. They're just so expensive at 150 a pop. If you've got 5 of them, leveling up all 5 every round costs you 750, which is a big chunk of your income just gone in a second. Not really sure how much work the Wraiths did with the degen beam, but it felt like they did quite a bit, because the turn where we got it was quite a big turnover turn, where a lot of our chaff suddenly survived and his didn't. You could put that down to the acid on the Scorpions killing off the Vulcans faster as well, so it's pretty hard to tell just in isolation. But I do value degen. It reducing enemy units' movement speed means your units have more time to kill their units, and it forces enemy units to bunch up a bit more, so splash damage gets more powerful. It's like in Factorio, when you have stuff moving from a fast belt to a slow belt, stuff goes really crunched together, which meant our Scorpions got even more value from their AoEs. His fangs with shields were a great idea, but he needed them further forward, because by the time they got into the fight was already over. Our Scorpions already picked their targets, so the fangs were just incidental pickups for our Mustangs. I guess he just wanted them as late arriving chaff, but if you're going for late arriving chaff, you still need the front chaff as well, otherwise your unit's just dead. Glad we took range and anti-air on the marksman, otherwise we'd have never killed that Wraith without a melting point, and I wouldn't have wanted to risk buying a melting point at this stage in the game when our opponent's already got 2 of them with range, and a bunch of Scorpions stalking the battlefield. I think once he's spent the money on a tech on his Wraith, we can justify buying the anti-air tech on our snipers. Even if he sells that Wraith, he loses the investment on the tech, so it doesn't make a difference. To us, we've already got the money's worth from it. I think Absorption Module is sleeper OP on Scorpions. I don't think our one which had it died once we put it on it. Well, apart from to the Rider of the Apocalypse. Ah dear, that round was bonkers. Anyway, enough rambling, sorry about that. When I'm tired, I'm sure my analysis goes downhill. Let's see how much combat power we've gained or lost. Yes! Back up to 1600 MR. Whew! I was worried I was losing it. I think I've still got an 80% win rate. You've got to beat people at the top of the ladder to actually earn MMR. Which makes perfect sense, it's just frustrating at times. Another 1000 combat power as well is always good. My seeding position is going up each time. Alright, and we are 23rd now, nice. Slowly clawing our way back up the table. Well, thank you for watching as always. Anything you think I've done wrong, do let me know. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next round.